Hey guys and gals. Well, it's Friday night and I'm in New York City and I don't like going out anymore around here. I don't interact with the people well here because they're mostly a bunch of liberals and I just can't deal with it any longer and so I'm home. I was just, watching some cool videos on YouTube, just watching some survival videos and different things like that. But I was also reading Breitbart a little bit. I was going to go live, actually. I was going to try to go live for the first time, but I saw that I had to download all this stuff, so I'm going to have to do that off some other time and try to go live since I've never done that before. But I figure I'm having a couple of beers, simpler times from Trader Joe's, cheap stuff, but it works. And I don't know, it's just amazing to me. Some of these people, man, Rosie O'Donnell to lead Broadway actors in protest outside White House. Whatever you think of Trump, right? You think he's a little brutish, a little vulgar in his behavior, maybe. The guy is actually getting things done. I was just thinking when I saw this article, fat pig Rosie O'Donnell to lead self-righteous Broadway stars in protest outside of White House. Meanwhile, Trump is growing the economy, right? His recent GDP report was 4.1%. Remember when Obama said, get used to less than 2%? It's never going to grow above that. Paul Krugman, he wrote a 72-page thesis, basically, on how if Trump was president, he would just destroy the economy, while the complete opposite is actually taking place. Then I was thinking how, okay, even though we don't know exactly what's going on with the North Korea talks, Kim Jong-un released 3 American prisoners that were in North Korea. He also recently sent home many of the remains of fallen American heroes that have been in North Korea, for 70 years? Decades, however long ago that war was. Generations of presidents have not been able to get those remains sent back home. Here, Trump comes in office a year and a half. He has a sit down with Kim Jong-un, who hasn't fired a missile since January or something. He returns the prisoners, and now he sends home the remains of these fallen war heroes. And here you have this fat, disgusting pig, Rosie O'Donnell. What's she ever done in life? What has this pig accomplished? Or you have people like Jim Acosta, who has shown nothing but disrespect for our president since day one. And because he gets chanted at rallies, what did he say? Oh, it felt like we weren't in America. I felt like my safety was at risk because people were saying CNN sucks. CNN sucks. CNN does suck. CNN is propaganda, fake news. They've been attacking Trump since before day one, since, before he was even sworn in as president. They attack Trump supporters. These people are worthless, useless liars. They don't give the guy a chance. The guy is actually doing stuff. That's the thing. They don't want him to actually succeed. Because, just like they were on a trajectory to ruin the country with Obama 2 terms, and then they were hoping to get a 3rd and 4th term of completely destroying the country with Hillary Clinton. That's why they were able to Peter Strzok and James Comey and all these people were able to, or at least in their mind, Loretta Lynch with the Bill Clinton meeting on the tarmac, where they talked about their grandchildren for like 35 minutes. They really thought they were going to get away with murder. They thought they were going to be able to pull off this huge, elaborate scheme of real collusion. Forget the Russians. Collusion within our government, the NSA, the FBI, all these high-level intelligence people, former presidents, current presidents, potential future presidents. They had this whole thing all cooked up. And if Hillary would have won, like the plan suggested, no one would have ever been the wiser, right? None of this would have ever came out. They would have shredded all the information, swept it all under the rugs, and nobody would have ever been the wiser. Except their plans didn't work because American people, me, you, everybody out there, were tired of the nonsense. We were tired of the lies and the fake news and the destruction of America by anti-American Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, these democratic socialists, these left-wing nut jobs that want to abolish ICE, abolish the border, flood America, change the demographics of America, change, everything about America. They were defeated, and that destroyed their plans. Now, the little people on the ground, it just shattered them because they're a bunch of brainwashed, low information Hillary supporters, Barack Obama worshippers, and they just can't handle the fact that they lost. But on the upper echelon, the Obamas, the Clintons, the Comeys, the Peter Strzok, all those guys, they know that their lives are now in jeopardy of ending up behind bars for a very long time, if not forever. Some of them quite possibly are reaching, anti-American, truly treasonous levels. Just think, if it was to come out that Barack Obama knew what was happening, you have a sitting president pretty much sabotaging a presidential election, rigging a presidential election. That's got to be some, it's not wartime, it's peacetime, but that's got to be up there with some pretty treasonous actions for a sitting American president. And now we basically have a coup in place where these people are trying everything that they can to overthrow a legally elected, electoral college, presidentially elected president. We voted for him. No Russian collusion. I'm not even on Facebook. I never even saw those Facebook ads. And 100,000 Facebook ads, or whatever it was, is not swaying an election. Let's be clear here. I didn't need Vladimir Putin to tell me that Hillary Clinton sucks. I've known that for a long time, and so have many Americans. The idea that these people can't stand that us dumb, working class, rednecks, white trash, or coons, if you're not white, if you're black, the idea that we actually want our country back, that we don't want the globalists to take over and to destroy our country, to take our tax dollars, it's completely devastating to these people. They think that we're dumb. And believe me, listen, I live in New York City. Coastal, elite, intellectual, all that mumbo jumbo. These people here truly believe they are the cream of the crop. I've also lived in LA. I've lived in Hollywood. I lived in the East Bay of San Francisco, worked in San Francisco. I've been around, and I'm born and raised in New York. Never felt like I fit in here. But I see these people. I've worked with them. I see them on a daily basis. They truly do think that they're better than some middle American mechanic, some guy that works at some manufacturing plant down south or in the Midwest or whatever it is. You can just see in their attitude, the way that they act, the way that they think about things. Even the transplants, the ones that come from middle America, that come to New York City, they think that they're better than the people that they left behind. That's why they left those people behind to come here. This is why I'm leaving. Many reasons why I'm leaving New York. It's overpopulated. We have 9 million, 8 million people, something like that, in a city like this big. I'm going to Kentucky. The entire state of Kentucky has half the population of New York City. People are stacked on top of each other here like sardines. If you try to get on some subway cars, trains, subway, in the morning during rush hour, you are literally... I remember when I was in the Marine Corps, we would get into what they called cattle cars. And they would stuff us in there, what they called asshole to belly button. I mean, you're literally on top of each other like this. Asshole to belly button. The subways in New York get even more packed than that. You have to fight and push your way in. And, I mean, it's ridiculous how many people here. And they keep building more and more high-rises. They keep sticking more and more people into these concentrated areas. So that's one thing. And then the subway, for the next year, one of the main subway lines that go from Queens, Brooklyn, into Manhattan is going to basically be shut down. They're raising the cost of the subway. They're packing more people in. They want to open the borders, have more people come in, make it a sanctuary city. We're one of the highest tax states in the country. One of the most overpriced states in the country. So those are some of the reasons that I'm leaving. Then, like I said, how these coastal elites truly think that they're better than everybody else. It's filthy here. The Comrade de Blasio, our mayor, he's basically taken away all the quality of life laws that Giuliani put into place to clean up the city. Like, Giuliani, they used to, people used to jump the turnstiles in the train. Giuliani started cracking down on that. When he started cracking down on that, they would catch these thugs with guns, illegal guns, drugs, whatever. So ultimately, it would bring down crime. Now, Comrade de Blasio is saying, now we're going to not crack down on turnstile jumpers. So you're going to have more of these criminal thugs who know they can get away with it, who are going to be packing illegal weapons, illegal drugs, and no one's going to be able to catch them because you can't stop them. Now you're allowed to pee on the street. The way San Francisco right now has a feces problem because of all the homelessness, the homeless here in New York are growing again. I don't know what Giuliani did with them, but there were hardly any homeless people here during his term. Even Bloomberg, it wasn't so bad, but Bloomberg was starting to let the reins go a little bit. And now with Comrade de Blasio, homelessness is skyrocketing. It's going to start to look like San Francisco. He's letting people basically pee in the street. Maybe at most you'll get a ticket, maybe. People are going to be allowed to start smoking pot, walking around the street. Now, I'm not completely opposed to pot smoking, but just like you can't walk around drinking, disorderly outdoor drinking, I don't think you should be allowed to walk around getting stoned either. So you're going to have this crazy, people are going to be peeing everywhere, getting stoned, hopping the train style. It's the broken glass, the broken window analogy. You start to have broken windows, it starts to lead to petty crimes start to lead to larger crimes, and that's the trajectory of New York. I see New York in the next decade going back to those pre-Giuliani times. High crime, high homelessness, dirty streets, unsafe, just an unsafe place to live. And that's not going to drive the prices down because there were also a lot of rich people in New York. And plus, the economy just kind of depends on the high cost, the high taxes, everything, because everything's so expensive. So New York is going to be a horrible place to live. I mean, it already is a horrible place to live in so many ways, but the next decade, it's going to deteriorate so much, and that's why I'm getting out of here now. But these people, man, these millionaires, these Hollywood elites that want to protest Trump because, whatever reason, they just make me sick. These people really make me sick. I can't get out of this page for whatever reason. Hold on. I'm sorry to keep showing you this picture of Rosie O'Donnell. Oh God, I cannot escape this picture of her. Why, Breitbart? Why? Alright, let's see. But yeah, I mean, like, here's something good. Here's photo remains of Korean War dead honored during repatriation ceremony. This is amazing. These fallen American veterans, American war heroes, fallen heroes, are finally going to be laid to rest in American soil after all these years. And it's all because of Trump. And these liberals, these anti-American Democrats, they just hate America. They truly hate America. The establishment media are now on a crusade to normalize violence, racism, and hate against Trump supporters. Yep. It's really dangerous to walk around New York City with a MAGA hat. But yeah, I mean, all this anti-white hatred that's out there, all this anti-Trump supporter hatred that's out there. The New York Times just hired this Chinese racist girl, or Korean, or whatever she is. I mean, whatever. Say what you want. I don't care. As long as I'm allowed to say what I want. And I will say what I want. But neither here nor there. They're hiring racists. Imagine if they hired somebody that said anything racist against a non-white person. It's the end of the world. But you hire a non-white person that says racist things against white people, and that's perfectly fine. It's perfectly okay. Yeah, I mean, it's just ridiculous what's going on. David Axelrod says, Trump is literally Nero. First, Trump is literally Hitler. Now, Trump is literally Nero. And because I read this article earlier, and if I understood a part in it that I read, it almost seems as if he was blaming the California wildfires on Trump for rolling back unnecessary regulations within government. I mean, these people are completely out of their minds. They are completely out of their minds. It's insane. Oh, here it is. New York Times racist bigot Sarah Jeong repeatedly... this says she repeatedly trashed New York Times. This must be a new... Well, they still hire her. But she had some, anti-white things where she said she loves abusing old white men and, how white people are just... We smell like wet dogs and all this stuff. I mean, these people live in freedom because of Western values, which are white people values. European values created liberty and freedom and all the things that the ones that do appreciate it, and then the other ones that just come here and they want our free stuff, and then they want to destroy our Western values to recreate Venezuela in America, which I don't understand that, but, whatever. Meanwhile, you have, unemployment fell as job creation slowed a bit, but I think there was 157,000 jobs created in July. These are the jobs that they said were not coming back anymore. that we had to get used to tightening our belts and, working 2 or 3 jobs, working at McDonald's, flipping hamburgers because the good jobs weren't coming back anymore. But yet, Trump's adding manufacturing jobs, all kinds of good jobs. The GDP that was 4.1%, and it'll probably continue to rise. I really wish I could have done this video live. It would have been interesting to see if anybody would actually tune in. I know I have a small channel. And listen, that being said, I really appreciate anybody and everybody that watches it. If you've watched this video this far, give yourself a thumbs up. But also give me a thumbs up on this video. Comment below. Let me know. Let me know how you think I'm doing. Let me know what you think about what I talk about. If there's anything you want me to talk about, let me know. Also, if you see this It's Okay to MAGA logo that I have over here, this is a design for a shirt that I came up with, one of 2 designs that are on Teespring. I have this It's Okay to MAGA shirt, which comes in red, white, and blue t-shirts, high quality t-shirt, or a red hoodie. And I also have another one, I'm not a Russian bot, you're just fake news. That comes in red, black, and blue, and they're on Teespring. The links are down in the box below. You can support my channel and show your support for MAGA, and that you are not a Russian bot and that they are fake news. Express yourself, have a little fun. I'd appreciate it. I'd be able to do this more often. I'm getting ready to move. I plan on doing a lot more once I move, in all sorts of ways. Just exploring the new state that I live in, and just going through a whole new life change, going from New York City, urban New York City, to rural Kentucky, and of course the continuation of political news coverage and whatnot. But yeah, I'd appreciate anybody that watches, anybody that would support my channel, anybody that gives me thumbs up, leaves comments, subscribes to my channel. I'd really like to get this thing to grow. Yeah, I wish I could have done this live so that I would see what kind of live reaction I get. I am going to try to figure out how to get that all set up so that I will be able to do a live video. But this one isn't live. If you're watching it, you're watching pre-recorded, beer drinking, simpler times. Just cheap Trader Joe beer. On a Friday night, because I don't want to go out and interact with the communists and the liberals where I live. I'd rather just stay at home and chill out tonight. I just got back from Kentucky a couple of days ago, and I just want to kind of relax. So here I am making this video, babbling, ranting, and going through some news. But I will end it there. Thanks for watching. Again, if you like my content, please like it, subscribe, and if you can, it would be great if you can support my channel, buy a t-shirt, show support for my channel, and show support for Making America Great Again. Anyway, that's all I have. Enjoy your night, enjoy your weekend, and until the next time, I am out of here.